8:30 on the nose. Now, some pretty shocking statistics has revealed that many under 25s are now more economically inactive than ever.
Yes, and apparently pensioners are slamming Generation Z, or Generation Z, whatever you want to call them, for being lazy and relying too much on benefits.
However, youngsters say COVID has left them without social skills and they're now struggling to find a job. So, we're asking today, is Gen Z lazy?
And just so you know, apparently Gen Z, or Gen Z, is anything from age 11 now to age 26. Basically, people who were born between 1997 and 2012. Oh. It's a big generation, actually, isn't it? So from age 11 to 26, are they a lazy lot of softy snowflakes? She said, as a pensioner.
It might be a bit harsh to sort of tar them all with the same brush. Anyway, let's talk to the founder of Pimlico Plumbers, Charlie Mullins, and political commentator Alex Petropoulos. Good to see you both this morning. Alex, are you, as Anne says, a lazy snowflake?
No, I don't think I am a lazy snowflake, and I don't think my generation are lazy snowflakes. I think that my generation, Gen Z, Gen Z, are probably some of the most hard done in terms of having access to opportunities, having access to the sorts of environments that people had growing up. I think it's not right to blame them for not working when it's the British economy that has failed them, in my opinion.
Yeah, that still means that you're trying to blame somebody, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely. But I think that the British economy for the last 10 years have failed to do certain things. And look, the job market is very competitive for young people, but there's a reason for that. One of those reasons, housing, ridiculously unaffordable for young people. That limits where people can move, that limits where people can work, that makes things more competitive if you're trying to apply for a job. Another reason, transportation. If you live in Nottingham and you want to get a job in Leeds or Manchester, the infrastructure isn't there for you to do that. And these are systemic effects in the British economy that are making things harder for young people to work, to find jobs. These are decisions that were made 10 years ago that are now hurting young people and now hurting the British economy. So yeah, I would point blame, yeah.
OK, Charlie, it's all down to political decisions made decades ago. What do you think?
Oh, well, I mean, I totally disagree with what he's saying. I think it's something like 3 million youngsters are claiming benefits, and undoubtedly there's a lot of laziness here. There's a lot of people just can't be bothered to go to work. They're blaming the COVID situation. My take is that anybody that genuinely needs to be on benefits, that are sick or incapable or disabilities or looking after somebody, then they're genuine cases, but all the rest of them need to get up and go to work and start contributing to the tax system. We're making it too easy for them, and, the new excuse now is they come up with is a mental health idea, which obviously the doctor can't detect. I think GPs need to step it up and not keep allowing people to walk in there, making out they've got the bad back, making out they've got mental health issues. I haven't heard anybody yet say that they're on benefits because they're lazy, but we all know probably 50% of them that are on benefits are just lazy, bone idle, work-shy layabouts.
We've got to be careful, though, Charlie, haven't we, that we don't, just discredit an entire generation.
No, I never. I said some of them.
Yeah, because you must employ some young plumbers and things.
Of course we do. There's loads of youngsters that want work. And unfortunately, the apprenticeship scheme isn't geared up to give them work. But there's loads of people that don't want work. And some of these figures that they've come up with, the highest areas are Kensington and Chelsea, where the wealthy people are not going to work. So I'm not a case of attacking people. I'm just being factual. And, somebody needs to stand up and like these pensioners are, and saying enough is enough. And a lot of these people are just lazy, work shy. They're not contributing. They're taking more out of the pot than what people are putting in. And how much longer can the country put up with it?
Yeah, Alex, respond to that.
I find that quite ironic coming from a group that does take out more from the country than they put in, pensioners. And, I'm not going to say that that's necessarily a wrong thing. It's very appropriate that after a certain point, people should get stuff from the state. But it is worth pointing out that pensioners take out more than they put in, much more than young people. But moving things away from pensioners and back to young people, I think it's really important to say, if the right jobs existed, if there were high-paying, well-benefited jobs that treated you well in the country, young people would be taking them. The reason that young people, so many of them, are sitting on their bums and not working is because the right jobs aren't there for them. It's because we're living in a situation where all of our costs are going up, including housing, transport.
Forgive me for jumping in. We're out of time, so I'm getting yelled at. But it's you said the right jobs.
The right sort of job.
It's about doing a job. I mean, if I was out, I've got to be honest. If I was out of work, I'd do any job to pull in some money. No, I wouldn't hang about waiting for the right job.
Well, you see lots of people who've graduated who should be going into really high-skill, high-paid graduate jobs, but the country just hasn't made enough of them. And
That's a sense of entitlement, surely.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, a lot of you lot think you're entitled to it. That's the problem. There's a million jobs out there, and if they stop the benefits, you lot would stop watching Netflix most of the night and get up every morning and go to work and contribute to society.
Oh, yeah. Right, look, on that note, we have got to leave it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, Alex, thank you both very much indeed. I'm sure you've got a view on that. GBV